intelligence have changed the world.
Hello, and welcome back to Hitman 3 and the trending contracts. And today's contract, Armed Robbery, set in Whittleton Creek. And the contract ID is up on the screen now for anyone who wishes to have a crack at it, and has been supplied to us today, courtesy of LVNA Fatality 777. So on to today's briefing. There's a pile of guns in this house that can give us a lot of money on the black market. Retrieve them and take out anyone who stands in your way, 47. So, speaking of targets, we have 5 available today, with no stipulations on how we dispatch them or what we wear whilst we do so. So for today's challenge, as I feel the targets are quite familiar, we're going to change things up a little bit, and we're going to have a Seeker 1 in the creek shed, and we're going to bring with us a lethal syringe, and we're going to start at the garbage removal location. So right from the start and off the bat, we need to make our way to Cassidy's house on the opposite side of the map, and we're going to make a couple of stops along the way. The first will be the creek shed, where we have our Seeker 1 stored up. So we're just going to make our way around to the back here, in through the open window, grab our Seeker 1, and then we're going to move on to our next little pit stop before reaching Cassidy's house, and that is going to be the Exterminator, who is just outside of Batty's house. And Batty is Cassidy's next door neighbor, currently having his house fumigated. So we're just going to run all the way around the map. Should have gone through the house for sale. It may have saved a little bit of time, but time is not important, and lunchtime doubly so. So once we get to the Exterminator, we're just going to wait for him to make his way around to the side of the van here, and he's going to have his back to us while he starts a phone conversation, and we're not going to let him get very far into that before we render him unconscious, hide his body in the bushes we were lurking in, and then collect up the keys that he drops. Now, one key will be for Batty's house. We don't need that, but we do need the key for Cassidy's house. And once we have that key, we can then make our way to the garden gate on the far side of the house. I'm having to take it slow because Nolan Cassidy and his enforcer bodyguard have just left the building. So we're going to let ourselves into Cassidy's garden here and make our way around to the back of the property and up the drain pipe on the corner here and up onto the awning area just above the rear door. So here are our targets. As you can see, one of them's looking a little bit suspect, and we just want to wait here for Mr. the Hammer to come up the stairs. There he is, just on the left, and we're going to wait for him to come up, go through his routine and exit the upper floor. When he goes back downstairs, we are then going to take out our first 2 targets. Now, as I mentioned earlier, these targets do feel very familiar, and last time I rendered them all unconscious using the fumigation machine. So I thought this time we would do something a little bit different. So we're just going to shoot that guy in the head. Now, be aware there are a lot of cameras up here, so we need to be very, very cautious. So you can have 2 in the back. So that's 2 targets down. We need to take out the camera over there. We're going to hide this guy in the spare room, if we can grab him. There we go. And we're now going to wait for Mr. the Hammer to return on his routine. So there he is now. He's going to be a little while, so we're going to get ourselves nice and ready. We're going to make our way into the billet room, or the bedroom area, and we're just going to wait right here, and Mr. the Hammer will make his way into this room as part of his routine, and we can then just walk up behind him and plant 2 in his back. So that's 3 targets now taken care of, and our last 2 targets are downstairs. And again, there are cameras and other people around. There is a couple of non-targets down here, I believe. So we're going to make our way halfway down the stairs, and there is a camera on the wall by the bathroom opposite us, so we can't go too far. And when our next target is looking out of the window, we can then shoot him in the back with our Seeker 1. He's going to get riotously sick, and he's going to make his way to the bathroom. And when he makes his way into the bathroom, we can then pull out our silenced pistol, take out the camera that is at the bottom of the stairs there. So just as he goes in, give the door a chance to shut, and then take out the camera. Now, as long as we haven't alerted anyone, we can then sneak in behind the guard, and we can then drown him in the toilet for a nice easy accident kill. And that will be 4 targets now taken care of, with 1 more to go. And our final target, as you can see, is there in the kitchen. Now do be aware that there is a patrolling guard outside who does come into the house on a regular basis. He is currently out in the garden. Nolan Cassidy and his bodyguard are still not back yet. So there is the patrolling guard. We're just going to wait for him to leave before we move on. So once he makes his way out of the area, we can now just wait for our final target to be in the ideal position, which will be with his back to us, which is about now. He will go and stand over by the fridge, and we can then walk up behind him, inject him with our lethal poison, and we can then vacate the area. Now, unfortunately, Nolan Cassidy and his bodyguard are about to return, and they're going to come in via the garage and the kitchen. So the safest way to vacate the building will be the same way we came in. But once again, we are having to wait for the patrolling guard to leave the area. And once he does, we can then drop down off of the awning, out of the gate, and to the bus stop exit. So there we go, 1 more trending contract taken care of. It felt way too familiar during practicing, so I decided to change things up a little bit. But we have confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan, which will get us our Silent Assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.